My name is Martha, and I am here with Cheyenne, Nick, and Michael, and we are going to talk about project management, which is in Chapter 7 of the textbook. What is project management? Project management is the art of directing and coordinating human and material resources throughout the life of a project by using modern management techniques to achieve predetermined objectives of scope, cost, time, quality, and participation satisfaction. The book's definition of project management is a systemized, phased approach to defining, organizing, planning, monitoring, and controlling projects. The three topics that we are going to be covering under project management is risk management standards, and risk management plans.
Risk management is defined as the technique or profession of assessing, minimizing, and preventing accidental loss to a business as through the use of insurance and safety measures. Risk management is used widely in various industries, including some industries like banking, hospitality, and space travel. A majority of risk is found at the beginning of projects. Therefore, risk management should be done early in the life cycle of the project. When risk management is handled properly, it implies control of possible future events.
ISO standards ensure that products and services are safe, reliable, and good quality. The ISO 31000 provides principles and guidelines on risk management.
ISO standards are standards that help companies remain economically profitable, professionally reputable, and environmental, safe, and societal. There are a few standards that risk management uses. The largest one and most well-known is the ISO 31000. It is a risk management ISO. It is the principles and guidelines, provides principles, frameworks, and process for managing risks. It is used widely by any organization regardless of their size, activity, or sector. Other related standards that relate to risk management are ISO Guide 73/2009, ISO 31000, ISO/IEC 31010/2009. All of these are risk assessment techniques that focus on risk assessment, which are tools to practice risk management and internationally recognized.
Along with risk management standards, our project will touch base with risk management plans. A risk management plan is a plan that identifies the key risks to a project's success and prescribes ways to circumvent them. We are going to conduct an interview with Tyler Buck, who works for Lockheed Martin. Mr. Buck is a systems integration/test engineer associate with a certified test conductor who runs day-to-day operations for the company. He currently leads a critical installations on the GOES-S weather satellite. Mr. Buck is in charge of a group where he has to assign key day-to-day tasks to make sure the satellite gets completed on time. In our interview, Mr. Buck will tell us all about his job and the obstacles he has to overcome as a project manager and risk manager. Hi, today I'm here with, could you please tell me your name and a little bit about your description of your job?
Yeah, my name is Tyler Buck. In description of my job, I am project manager of GOES-S. I work for Lockheed Martin, and what GOES-S is a geostationary operational environmental satellite. In layman's terms, what that means is the next generation of weather satellites. I oversee the day-to-day operations of the build of the satellite and coordinate with engineers and the technicians on the floor doing the work, maintaining that we're achieving our milestones and achieving our goal of getting to launch in March of 2018.
So could you tell me, how do you implement project management into your job?
Yeah, in my job, project management, day-to-day, we have work that needs to be done on the satellite, but there's bigger picture installations of major components to the satellites that I'm constantly keeping my eyes on. And in order to make sure project management is going well in my job, I have to constantly be keeping my eyes on the bigger picture while also keeping my feet on the ground and managing day-to-day work.
Okay. And so, could you briefly tell me what steps did you take for your last project and you managed from start to finish?
Sure. So along that same vein, we call it our critical path. The items that are most pressing at this time, and that critical path has a flow. It's determined from the beginning of the build of the satellite that you're going to be going through these steps and working your way through all the way to launch. So that includes installations of major components, testing everything. This is coordinating mechanical and electrical teams all together. So from start to finish, it's really managing out and setting in terms your milestones and goals of when you're going to be installing this, when you need to do tests, and with all that together, then you combine from start to finish, hopefully a successful product.
Okay. And so, as a project manager, do you practice risk management at all in your job?
Yeah, well, sure. I mean, we're working with millions of dollars of hardware every single day. The total cost of this satellite, I mean, is being funded by NASA and NOAA. This big deal stuff, and so there's a chance of every day of hurting the humans working on it, people working on it, and damaging hardware. And so to practice risk management, we have a number of different safety practices, whether that be electrostatically discharging yourself before you even get into the area we work on the satellite to prevent electrical discharge malfunctioning any of the equipment, or whether that be drop mitigation so that someone doesn't drop a tool when they're working above the satellite that would damage critical hardware, or even when we're lifting something, making sure that all personnel are staying out of the lift path so that if the chance of something did fall, we avoid all risks. We take risk very seriously in the aerospace business because once you go to space, you can't just send someone up there to fix something. That's a very serious task. So we practice risk management in forms of contamination control and really preventing as much as mitigating as little damage to the hardware and people as possible.
Right. Do you know of any ISO standards your company uses to for risk management?
Well, in my area, we wouldn't call it ISO standards, but if you're talking in terms of making sure that the quality of the product is guaranteed and that you meet your end goal and product, we have test like you fly requirements. So basically what that is you have this idea that you're going to build a satellite and it should meet all of these things. The satellite should do all these things. It should coordinate down to ground control. It should be able to coordinate with software to deploy different instruments at certain times. And so the way we do risk management, our standards, is these test like you fly requirements. So testing components along the way as they're being built, making sure that they're going to perform in space or on the ground as they would in space.
Okay. What was the biggest task you had or the most stressful part of project management in your last project?
I'd say the most stressful, but definitely the most rewarding part of my last project is just leading any major installation. When we had to install a major antenna wing for this satellite that was going to receive multiple frequencies multiple bands of frequencies from Earth, and is at least a $50 million component that was being installed. So not only do you have all the technicians who are going to be performing this is when NASA quality comes down. This is when all your engineers are there. So you're leading a component installation with a group of about 30 people. And when you're the project manager, you're in charge of everything along the way. If anything happens, it's on you. So that was definitely the most stressful, but seeing it come together, being able to successfully install and stow it and have it be able to meet those test like you fly requirements was easily the most rewarding part.
Oh, sounds very interesting. Well, thank you for your time tonight, Tyler, Mr. Buck. Have a great night, and thank you for the interview.
Yeah, good luck in school, buddy.
Thank you. Risk management plan is a key responsibility for any project manager to establish at the beginning of any project. Qualities of a good and successful risk management plan is a plan that quantifies the risk, predicts the impact of the risk on the project, and provides contingency plans. There are 4 categories in risk management plans: strategic fit, service/product attributes, project team capability, and operations.
Project management may seem like a complicated task, especially when you put in factors such as risk management standards, and risk management plans. However, throughout the course of our college careers, we as students, we have become experts at project management. This goes well past our college careers and is a tool that is utilized in our everyday lives as well as in our careers. This very project was a live action demonstration of project management at its finest details. Students were asked to make a team with leaders, and the teams broke down the aspects of the project in order to complete a task on time. The project itself asked for a proposal and a Gantt chart to guide groups to completing the project on time. Students have been practicing risk management to grow and develop since birth because we live in a society that strives to take risks. This is just a small example of how project management and risk management look like in the corporate world. In a student's life, some risks that we might take is a night of drinking or socializing, bad decisions, or emergencies that can become risks to jeopardize school. The idea of project management is something you should all be familiar with because you've been practicing it and are already experts at.